My name's Barb Gray. I'm at the Meridian Theatre here at Centrepoint and seeing beautiful, the Carole King musical, which is the first production in the whole entire world. So that's very, very special. And here I have with me one of the leads, and it's Jessie.
Yes. Gervais Weedmark.
Gervais Weedmark. And Jessie plays
Gerry Goffin.
Which is a very special role for you. It's very important to Carole's life, actually. So what drew you to the role of Gerry?
So I have been an Orpheus member since 2010, so I've been able to have the privilege of playing several different roles, but this was a role that would challenge me and give me an opportunity to really hone in on my vocal and acting skills. And so I have been a fan of Carole King's music for as long as I can remember. I remember my mom as a kid listening to her albums, and so I think the two together really just drew me to the story and the opportunity to play this character.
Yes, and the songs are really wonderful. They're really classic songs that'll last forever.
And what's really interesting is I think audiences don't realize how many songs Carole and Gerry wrote for other artists. And so that's something that we've been hearing from several audiences the last couple of nights, of just how many songs they recognize and not realizing that they were the two that ultimately wrote these lyrics and the music. So
through this musical, I guess you've learned a lot about her life and his life.
Yeah, we've been very lucky, the five of us, because there's two actresses that play Carole. We got very close very, very quickly, and we all knew that we wanted to portray these characters as authentically as we could. And so we have spent, I couldn't even tell you how many hours researching, listening to podcasts, reading Carole's book, really just diving deep and understanding who these people were, and in the show there are quite a few struggles and what led to those struggles, so that we could portray them in the most authentic way that we possibly could.
So did you practice the songs in the shower?
I'm not a shower singer. It's funny, I am someone who gets very scared to sing in front of people. So you'll never see me sing karaoke or in the car, but put me on a stage like this and I have no fear at all. So we have spent hundreds of hours in rehearsal, rehearsing together. There were definitely some rehearsals at home, but for the most part it was back at Orpheus House where we rehearse.
Yes, there's a lot of choreography involved as well.
Yes, I don't dance at all in the show, so I actually typically am a featured male dancer in a lot of shows, so this was a very different role for me, but Deb, our choreographer, has put wonderful choreography together, and I think anybody who maybe grew up in that kind of time era, they're gonna maybe see some moves that they recognize, and I think she's done a wonderful job.
Yes, it's very historic, culturally historic.
Yes.
Yes. So the music actually carries the show. It is so good.
And what's really cool about that is with this kind of new, what we're calling this jukebox musical style, the music is all Carole and Gerry's music, or Cynthia and Barry, who were their best friends and collaborators, but also kind of rivals in the industry. The music not only tells the story, but I think it really just makes audiences kind of go back, whether they grew up in the music, if it was their childhood or back when they were in high school, and so it definitely has a nostalgic aspect to the show.
It certainly does, and everyone did a wonderful job to portray that time and the music.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, so this show runs until March, is it March 9?
The 9th, Sunday, March the 9th.
Yes, and the curtain time is 7:30.
7:30, and then matinee at 2:30.
2:30.
Yes.
On
Sundays.
Correct. Yes, so it's quite taxing for you do you work in the day?
I do.
Yes.
So I have actually had to take this week off.
Yes.
But that's really just to make sure that I'm healthy, because as I mentioned, I am playing Gerry with 2 different carols. I want to make sure, because I'm the constant, that I am keeping healthy, and so I've really tried to keep vocal health and just health in general.
And conserve your energy.
Yeah.
But you certainly came off with a high this evening.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you so much for your performance.
Thank you so much.
And wish you sell out
We appreciate
houses.
it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jessie.
Thank you.
And that's Jessie, one of the leads in the show, Carole King the musical, which I invite you all to come and visit.